Hi everybody and welcome to this week's Tune In Tuesday. For the month of September, Keep Britain Tidy are running a campaign called Waste Less, Live More, where they're giving out helpful pieces of advice, tips and ideas of simple swaps for good we can all make to reduce our reliance on plastics and, as it says on the tin, waste less, live more. As a Litter Heroes ambassador for Keep Britain Tidy myself, I wanted to dedicate this week's Tune In Tuesday to telling you about some of my favourite simple swaps for good that I've made to avoid plastic. So starting with the first simple swap I ever made, and this was getting myself a reusable drinks bottle. So some of the swaps that I talk about today you've probably already made yourself, but there might be some ideas that you haven't yet thought of. So as I said, starting with the reusable drinks bottle. Now it's important that we do all avoid plastic bottles at all costs, because every minute of every day in the UK alone, 750 plastic bottles are littered. And if you've ever joined us on a beach clean or done your own, you'll see that there are plastic bottles washing in and being dumped on our beaches every day. So I've got my reusable Sig water bottle that I just fill with tap water and drink. But a lot of people have this stigma of tap water, that it's not clean, it has stuff in it that we shouldn't be drinking. So Brita have thought of a solution to this with this drinks bottle, which actually has a built-in filter, so all you have to do is fill and go. And with the Keep Britain Tidy campaign that they're currently running, there's a discount code for one of these to get you 15% off, which is just SWAP19. So if you haven't yet got yourself a reusable drinks bottle and are a bit unsure about drinking tap water, get yourself one of these and get 15% off. So my second swap for good that I made was avoiding single-use takeaway coffee cups. So when we talk about coffee cups, we're talking about something like this, and we find tons of them on our beach cleans. This is because 2.5 billion of them are used every year in the UK alone, and every day 500,000 of them are getting littered. Now, people have said to me before, well, surely it's not a problem if this gets littered because it's made of cardboard and it will biodegrade. But actually, what you can't see is inside every single one of these is a thin plastic layer like this. So we find these on our beach cleans, and we always refer to them almost as the skeleton of the coffee cup. The cardboard's broken down and it's left the plastic inner. And these can remain in the environment for decades, if not centuries. So to avoid this, you just get yourself a reusable coffee cup. I've got a clean canteen one, and I just keep it with me so I don't have to worry about the cost on the environment whenever I get a takeaway drink. Speaking of cost, a lot of places now, wherever you go to get yourself a takeaway drink and you're reusable, they'll actually give you a discount on your purchase. So there's another incentive there to keep your reusable with you at all times. So sticking with the food and drink takeaway theme, did you know that every day 7 million meal deals are bought? Now there's a really easy way to avoid this, and you've probably all got one in your cupboard in your kitchen. Get yourself a lunchbox and make your own lunch. Now when I go out and about, I always keep this with me as well. This was made for me by fellow Litter Hero ambassador and my good friend Gemma, and it's a reusable cutlery set, so every time I use it I just have to wash it. Now, the grocery industry is one of the biggest contributors to single-use food packaging in the UK, and with this is the problem of single-use carrier bags. We all saw the success of the 5p carrier bag charge with a 90% decrease in sales, and that's because a lot of people are getting reusable shopping bags. And I was very lucky to have been given this one that was made for me by, again, fellow Litter Hero ambassador and my friend Angie. And she makes bags out of stuff she finds on her litter picks. So this one was made out of an umbrella, a walker's umbrella, and I now use it whenever I go shopping. So starting to move away now from takeaway food and drink and moving into the bathroom. Now one of my favourite swaps that I made of the plastics in my bathroom was one that a lot of people haven't even thought of yet. Dental floss is made of non-recyclable nylon, really thin plastic nylon. And I was first made aware of this issue when I was diving in Malta, and I found a piece of coral that had dental floss wrapped around it. So I went searching for an alternative, because obviously people just floss their teeth, chuck the floss into the toilet, flush it, and it ends up into the ocean. So I've got myself a compostable silk floss, which is exactly the same as normal dental floss, it just is completely plastic free. Another simple swap that I made in the bathroom was using one of these, a reusable razor, and this one's from Mutiny, and it's great because it means all I have to do is refill it every so often with a new razor blade. And this is important because every year in the UK alone 2 billion disposable razors are chucked away, and you can find all sorts of lovely products to go with this. So Mutiny do these shaving soap bars that you can use while you shave. So speaking of bars, one of my favourite stories to ever tell is the story of Finbar. And a lot of my followers will already know of this story, but basically we went and did a Beach Guardian workshop in St Mary's School, and in the audience sat there was 10-year-old Finn. And he was completely distraught that this destruction was happening all around him with plastic pollution. And he went home and he saw the plastic in his bathroom, and he and his mum decided to make a change. So they started their own company called Finbar, producing plastic-free, homemade in Cornwall, shampoo bars and soap bars. Liquid soap actually uses 20 times more packaging than a soap bar, so if you haven't yet checked out Finbar, please do. So some other things that you might not have thought of, plastic-free deodorant. This is completely plastic-free, vegan, all natural products, that kind of thing, but also all natural sun cream. I went looking for this when I found out that basically a massive problem that the coral reefs are currently facing is with sun cream. It has huge knock-on effects to the tiny animals that live in the coral reefs. So I wanted to get myself an all-natural sun cream that didn't have these consequences, and this one's really good. It's plastic free, not tested on animals, and all it is made from is coconut oil, beeswax, shea butter and zinc oxide. Really simple and a really easy swap, and it acts exactly the same as normal sun cream does. So there's just a few ideas of some of the simple swaps that you can make in your life. But it's important to remember that we don't want just a few people to be perfect, but instead for all of us to try. There's a few ideas here. You might have some more that I haven't yet thought of, so please comment them below, and remember that the most sustainable thing that we have is what we already own. So thank you so much for watching this week's Tune In Tuesday, and I'll see you next week where I'm continuing the theme of Keep Britain Tidy's Waste Less, Live More, and I'm going to be doing some DIY beeswax wraps. So I'll see you next week for that episode.